go.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Nomikai podcast.
We're back from a short break, and I actually grabbed my charger so it could charge while recording.
So yes, we're going to get back into our rant of the Shield Hero and the community being so sensitive towards it because of its
false rape accusation.
It's false rape accusation, plot twist, plot that is so evil, that has been done so many times throughout TV, movies, and other things that no one has really cared about. But in an anime, it really matters.
It does. And it's one of those things where, like, no matter what, it honestly kind of disappoints me that the community would actually turn on this show because of such a reason. Like, no other. And the sad thing is, you can tell most viewers who did watch the series never read the manga.
At all.
They never read it. I could tell because even people who heard about the show premiering, they were like, "Oh wow, I can't wait to check this show out."
It's like literally none of you even knew it had a manga.
Exactly.
It's kind of amazing. It's like, you know, these places, a lot of these animes that you watch come from somewhere else, right? There's a whole other story behind it that you can read and interact with, but you know.
Exactly. So I'm really disappointed that, you know, with all that happened, like, people are just sitting there and judging the show, and sitting there, and the only problem they have so far that everyone has that, you know, not everyone, but everyone that has critiqued the show and not know anything about the manga whatsoever and what happens later is they all don't like the fact that there's a false rape accusation in there. And it gives the false impression that maybe a lot of people don't like it because they feel like they probably don't believe that women can do anything wrong. In a way where, like,
well, at least hardcore extreme feminists really believe that nothing a woman does is wrong. I have read the feminist rules that they would like everyone to follow, and that those rules really indicate that any kind of sex with a woman, like any type of sex that a man tries to have with a woman, is considered rape.
Oh, yeah.
Even consensual. Even, like, if both parties were to say yes, you could sign a fucking contract that says, yes, we both concede to this act of sex. To a hardcore extreme feminist, that still means, and I mean hardcore extreme feminists. I don't mean a feminist of those that actually believe in a woman's power, that actually believe that women and men are equal because we are all both human. I don't mean those. I mean those ones that literally see women as a way higher power.
Like, it's like you being the group of people where they believe women are a superiority.
Exactly.
And the thing
those
is,
individuals, they believe that all type of sex that any man tries to have with a woman is considered rape.
And personally, I don't agree. I don't affiliate with the group of feminists. I don't identify as feminist, and I personally don't agree with a lot of the modern day agenda. A lot of the, oh, hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Yeah, what's up? But, you know, random people off screen. But anyway,
random people.
I don't really associate myself with them, modern day feminists and such as that. And I do, of course, fathom, like, first wave feminism, because, you know, they were actually fighting for something way back then.
Yeah.
But nowadays it feels like they're not really fighting for anything.
No.
They're literally they're fighting a fight.
They just want to they literally want to just flip the world upside down entirely. Like, they want to make it so that women are on top, men are on bottom, women are masters, men are subservient, because for years it's been the other way around. And so they feel that it's time for it to be the other way around. It's like, well, how about we get to equality first before we start trying to tip scales like this, you know?
And
I mean, if we keep doing this, then we never can get here if we're just constantly doing this.
And equality is one of those things where I think it's one of those things that's going to be damn near, like, just straight up just impossible to achieve. Like, no matter how you look at it, because
it's
something you can strive for, and you can actually make adjustments to correct it and whatever. But we'll never be able to do that because we need to also accept that there are just straight up differences between men, women, black and white, in regards to that. We all have something different about ourselves, which make it damn near impossible to be exactly equal, and such as that. I think what we need to do is, instead of fighting on ways to make sure we can fix it to become equal, we just need to accept some of those things that we just can't fix. For example, someone actually made a post. Actually, I want to do a segment with you actually later after we finish this podcast into another segment. into something that I want to post Monday
Uh-huh.
instead. But it's in regards to that I saw on Whisper, actually. If you don't know what Whisper is, it's an app where you can sit there and post your anonymous thoughts and whatever. I don't highly recommend it anymore as I would have a while ago, because it went from actually being a group of people sharing their thoughts and their opinions to being a little bit more of people trying to hook up.
It's a little risque.
Yeah. So, I mean, I recommend if you want to be able to vent your problems.
This
and such as
light
that.
has done wonders.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm glad I left it here.
I am loving this fucking light right
but
now.
I do, of course, want to just, of course, give you the heads up that if you do plan on using that app, be prepared for a lot of jerks, perverted people.
A lot of
And
things.
if you're a woman, good luck. But when...
Your DM's gonna be flooded.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But what I did see on there was someone says, oh, is it sexist if the girl and guy ran a lap and got the same exact time? Should the girl get the same score as the guy? And to that, the answer, I immediately said no. Now, the reason why is because, for example, biology. Naturally, men are more physique than women in certain fields. Like if I do a certain amount of pull-ups, the girl should, by technically, on a biological standpoint, will do less. So because we have more back muscle, for example. We have more muscles that recover and build than women do. So of course, that being said, if the woman, and the issue with the equality right here is, if you want to have them both be the same score, that means you either will have to hold the female to the male standard, or the male has to go hold to the female standard, which will be lower than the male standard that we have currently. So, of course, it will regard that. And then there's no middle ground really for it, because just our bodies are built differently, which I think a lot of people don't understand when it comes to it.
But the question for the Whisper was that two people, one male, one female, ran a lap.
Yep.
They ran at whatever speed they ran.
Exact same time.
At the exact same speed and finished at the exact same time. And should they get the same amount of points? Well, if you're thinking it from an actual sports standpoint, then yes.
Oh, yeah.
They should get the same amount of points because they ran the same amount of time, they ran the same speed, and they finished at the same time. No one was behind or ahead. No one was better or worse. It was just two people ended up running at the same speed. And that's where the whole equality thing comes into play, is that what you got to think about is that, yes, there are biological differences, there are different standpoints that make things that do make things easier or harder for men and women to do. Like, for instance, women have a higher pain threshold than men.
Yeah.
Women also have less fat than men. Actually, do they?
Actually, no.
I think it's the other way. I think women actually have more fat than men.
Yeah, because of the whole birthing and...
I think they have
and
more
then
fat. I don't know.
That stuff.
But the point, my main point is that there are differences in our biology. But if you were to have two people, man, woman, man, man, woman, woman, and they finished at the same time in a sports competition, they should get the same amount of points because in the event that they were going to, if they finished at the same time, there would be really no reason for one to get higher than the other.
Oh, yeah.
Unless one came out on top of the other.
Yeah, of course, you look at it like in a sports competition, of course, because that we already have a laid platform into it.
Right.
But I think what the person was asking is in a PE class example, where if they were just okay, cool, they're running a mile. The guy got fucking, typically a mile for me takes about 5 minutes and 47 seconds to 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And then typically a girl would be maybe 6-7 minutes, a minute behind and whatever. And the main reason, of course, for the reason why I'll run faster than her is because I have more leg muscle naturally than her, and my stamina is also a lot more because, hundreds of years of men being hunters and all of that. And of course, it has with all that being there and evolution and blah, blah, blah and whatever. So typically, even though let's say, they both, finished, let's say, and the reason why is they say they finished at the same time, I said no for for the score or, for whatever their grade was. simply because like technically if the guy should be faster, and that means if the guy is actually because of the way our muscles work, technically that means he would either be. It only gives me two ideas: either he's like much slower than the average man, or she's busting her ass, basically, or maybe both.
Yeah.
And such as that. So that's where that comes in for
Well,
that.
that's why you kind of got to take.
And that's where I saw
that's why for equality you kind of have to take sides out of it, because in order to achieve true equality inside the world, you really have to actually look past physical differences. You have to look past. You have to look past racial differences. You have to look past cultural differences, because at the end of the day, we all are human.
Yeah.
If you really want to get down scientifically, I have a heart. A woman has a heart. I have a liver. She has a liver. I have lungs. She has lungs. I have muscles. She has muscle. I have a skeleton. She has a skeleton. We're all built the same.
Well, sort of.
Even though some might have more than others, or some might have less than others, we're all still inside quite literally the same.
We're all human, basically.
We're all quite literally the same. And so that's why for true equality, you got to look at it not as what we can do based off of what we were given.
Yeah.
You got to look off of what we can do as a collective.
And that's where I come in with the whole, that's why equality is one of those things where, like,
it'd be truly hard to achieve because a lot of people, it would take a lot of different people to really fully understand that there really is no huge difference between you and I, besides the fact that, I don't know, you might be Asian, I'm mixed, I'm tall, you're small, I'm strong, you're weak, who cares? It doesn't.
And when I look at equality and such as that, for example, I know there's a tangent off the whole anime, but
not really, because honestly,
it is. It leads to we're linking it up, but
we're linking it up honestly
but right now
because
when it comes
the Shield
to
Hero kind of connects to what we're talking
exactly
about.
because
a lot of this happens in this anime.
Because I'll get it. We'll get in depth with the manga actually a little bit after this portion, real quick, and how it links up. But yeah, when it comes to equality, it's one of those things that I think we need to accept.
Yeah.
Once we can accept that we all do have our differences.
Oh yeah.
And whatever, and technically yes, that's why like when you look at it, like when I look at like the whole score thing, I think it's not sexist, but at the same time, it doesn't say equality is not there. It's just how that's why with the way they look at tests and whatever, they want to make sure it's actually fair.
Exactly.
With the standard, because instead of you wouldn't want to compare a bunch of women to a bunch of guys and or you don't want to compare one woman with a bunch of guys. You know what I mean? We compare a bunch of women with other women because they right there are straight up equal in the asset. And the same thing with guys. So of course that's why I said with that, by all means, definitely I agree that they should definitely keep the score.
In statistics, we call that a control group.
Yeah, exactly. Like
that's what you call a control group inside statistics. A group where there is basically a shared trait.
Exactly.
That you're trying to understand.
And when you try to compare,
so that's where statistics really gets down into it. Is that what to really break down equality in statistics, you would have to figure out what it is that every man can do.
Yep.
Literally every man. That means weak man, poor man, rich man, strong man, retarded man, anything. It literally every kind of man. You'd have to figure out what every kind of man can do within their life. You'd have to figure out whatever they can do. And then you have to figure out what every woman can do in the same way, in the exact same type of group. You have to figure out the strong women, the weak women, the smart women, the rich, the poor, the retarded women. You'd have to figure out all of those different sides. And then you'd have to compare those two and see how they will work in those two different fields when competing against each other.
Exactly.
Pizza?
All right.
We just got pizza, so I'm going to be right back. This guy will continue with the conversation.
Yep, yeah, let me just unplug you.
Thank you, sir.
There you go. But yes, definitely. So that being said, when it comes to equality, it's one of those things where the whole comparison trait or issue with that it becomes a little bit more difficult. You can't really compare a man and a woman in the same field and as an equal standing, because both have different standards. Both have the different, like the best or the worst and such as that. For example, you will never have, the world's strongest female will simply never be as strong as the world's strongest male. It's just it's a thing that we have to accept. And I think the sooner we accept that as a society and then start building on other things that make us equal, because by all means, when it comes to equality, it doesn't need to be in the same sense of like, biology. It doesn't need to be. It needs to be in a level of societal. And the good news is, I do personally believe that equality is already here in our country, and such as man, woman, and such as that, legally wise. Now, as a societal standpoint, it's technically deems up to the amount of people there, and everyone's going to have their different opinions, and we have to protect those opinions and such as that. That's what the government does. The government isn't here to take care of you. It's here to protect your rights. It's not here to just say you have, it's not here to, that's what I think of the government. The government is not there to give you rights. It's there to protect your rights. And that's where I stand on it. And I'm linking up now to the whole shield hero because, of course, we've been rambling on about equality and such as that. When it comes to the shield hero and how he proves that all these issues where they're different. Because if you read the manga, the shield hero is actually not the hero of that exact land. He's the hero of another land, but not that land. And that is where the whole difference comes into play for people, because he's not seen as an equal soon as he got there. He's already seen as a demon throughout his people. And now, he's in this, not his people, but of the people that he's been summoned by, which is just bizarre, because once you realize it and you look down at it, they're all heroes. They're all trying to protect your world. You should, help them. Help them with that. Help them be able to take care of the world and such as that, so you guys can live and be, taken care of, basically, and whatnot. Excuse me. So that's just how it links up. It links up all to that, just because you start to learn that, and from when you read the shield hero, that once the kingdom puts itself to the side a little bit and actually start to look at it like, hey, he's a hero, he's trying to take care of us, you start to notice that, yes, they're now finally putting their differences aside, and that they're going to, of course, now take care of him properly and such as that. And that's where it stands on there. This is why I can't stand the SJW feminist crowd. This is why I don't identify as a feminist, for example. And there's another helicopter. Ugh, annoying. Gonna wait till it's gone. All right, anyway, this is why I don't identify with either group, because they're rather, it's not like they actually seek true equality. It used to be a point where, and of course I'm not saying all feminists are like that. There are some feminists out there who do wonderful things for society. There are. I'm not gonna, listen, I'm saying right now, I know I've talked to a few, and I've even watched a few videos, of course, of them actually being decent human beings. Like, not all feminists are man haters, or that don't want equality for, men and such, that who hate men. Because technically, like, I believe that we don't need feminism. I personally don't believe we need them. They don't really have I would say a reason to be here. But at the same time, they're allowed to be, they're allowed to say their opinions, and they're allowed to do what they need to do and whatnot. So when it, of course, comes down to how the the shield hero is, it is all linked up to that. Like, feminists, SJWs, I hope you guys actually give this, give this show a chance. Give this show a chance that it deserves. I think that a lot of people are literally jumping into this show, not knowing what it's about, and thinking that this is an attack towards women and such as that. It's not. It's not an attack towards women. If you actually read the story, read it. It's actually a pretty good, manga. I actually highly recommend it. It's a different isekai than usual. Typically, isekai has a main character go to the world and he's just overpowered immediately. And then everyone loves him and he's awesome and whatever. But this show does things a little bit differently, where instead of everyone loving him, they all hate him. They all want him away from where they are. They immediately, and I think that's what they were going for. They were trying to make sure to have you know that everyone hates the main character. There's nothing that they like. Now, of course, I actually read a few reviews where they were saying that they found him being cold to the townspeople and such as that. They didn't like that because it made them think that, it made them think that he wasn't handling the situation well. Why would he need to handle the situation well? He has no reason to handle the situation as well as he could. He actually did handle it well, if you read the manga. A lot of people can't stand that he had a hatred towards the village. And tell me, are you telling me that if you had a serious crime, which is worth death, brought upon you, and a lot of people treated you like shit just because of it, and are you gonna really try to sit there and act like nothing happened? Are you gonna sit there and just be like, oh, well, it happened, I'm gonna prove I'm a good person? Like, no. He realized that when he was there, no one was gonna believe him. The moment he got there and was accused of it, and then he sat there and said, I didn't do it, and then they sit there and didn't even give him a trial, for example. They just sat there and said, you're guilty, and no one believed you. Imagine if you literally went, like, seriously, a serious crime such as rape. Imagine just being accused of it, and there's no trial, and everyone just said you're guilty without any proof of that. And then you had to live with that, and everyone treated you like shit like that from then on. I really think that if you say that you would handle it just okay and you would just do just fine with it, I think you're bullshitting. You're not being serious. You're not actually being honest with yourself. You're lying to yourself. Most likely, if you're if you're a female and you're saying that, oh, I would handle it fine. No, you wouldn't have. You'd probably be crying, begging for forgiveness, begging for justice for yourself. And here these people are just simply accusing you of something and not providing evidence that you actually did that. Now, of course, I make fun of the Believe All Women movement. I do. If you look at my Instagram, I made fun of it before. I do make fun of it on my personal time simply because, really, believe all women. Now, of course, there's women who are liars, right? So I think the show or manga did a great job establishing from making the main character Naofumi go from the very top to dropping to the very bottom and having to grind his way up to finally become equal with everyone. He has to work for equality, which is actually a reality thing. No one got equality just as simple as, oh yeah, we're all humans here. That's not how it fucking worked. In real life, the way it fucking worked was that everyone had to protest, people had to fight for their fucking, to prove that they were worth it. And that's exactly what the Shield Hero did. He sat there, came there on the top, got dropped to the fucking bottom. And after getting dropped to the bottom, he worked his way up and got the respect he deserved. Anyway, looks like they're finally back after
Their
my
goddamn wings for not being fucking compliant.
Rip. Yeah, I actually just finished my rant a little bit.
Perfect.
I actually just finished it. Thank you.
That's perfect. We got pizza, people.
Pizza Hut
for our drunk asses.
Yeah, we're gonna.
This is gonna be perfect. Watch this. Watch
Ooh.
this. Gonna flip this bitch like this.
Yeah, you got it. Here, I'll grab my drink so you got no space.
That a little bit. Boom.
There we go.
What's up? All right, let me plug back in.
Yeah,
so
get
they
yourself
can hear
in.
my ass.
Yeah, but yeah, I just finished my rant actually.
Okay.
And whatever, but
Hang on,
I basically ended it. Oh wait, should I say?
Testing. Okay, we can
Okay.
hear. Good.
Yeah, but I just finished off my rant a little bit about everything.
Come on, wings.
And about how it all connects. I just finished how it all connected to what we were talking
good.
about to it. So we're
So
good.
yes, I'm sure he already could. I know he just told me about it, that he filled you guys all in. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and go into it just for a split second. And he is absolutely right. Quite literally, everything we just talked about basically connects to the Shield Hero, because literally everything that happens to this man is because the people in this other world were fucking him over left and right. He got fucked over by women. He got fucked over by the society. He got fucked over by an entire kingdom simply because he is not that kingdom's hero.
You know what's funny? Even though you're gone, that's exactly what I said. I was basically saying that.
That's why I knew. That's why I knew you were good. That's why I was like, dude, I don't even go that
I'm
far.
glad.
I didn't even need to go that far. I just need to agree because I just already know he got to it. That's the only reason why this man who got summoned to save another fucking world got fucked over is because he was not that kingdom's hero. So if you really want to be mad at the fact that this man who's a good man, who had a whole lot of hope, watch that episode again and look at the hope he had in his eyes.
Read the manga.
Look at it.
No, read the manga actually. Read the first chapter because there's way more hope in those eyes.
He looks like he really had a dream. He looked like he was ready. He was totally up and ready to start saving people's lives. Only to look at everyone watch him with disgust. Like he was the worst human being possible. Okay? How about that, you feminists and you justice Nazis?
And seriously, you think in a world where they lived in a matriarchy, feminists, let me mention that, it's a matriarchy.
It's a matriarchy. The queen is
Yeah.
more important than the king.
So let me just put it like
Literally, in the manga, the queen almost executes the goddamn queen and her goddamn
You know,
fucking daughter.
You know what's the best part? You look, I bet they're gonna come crawling back when that episode comes out where it's like, oh, it's a matriarchy and the queen comes back. I bet they're gonna all of a sudden come crawling back and sit there and say, oh, this show's actually really great.
This
Just
is
because
great. They have a
really-
queen as their matriarch. She's ruling everything. She knows everything.
It's a matriarchy. I would think that feminists will love this. I would think they would be excited.
It's like,
But
it's like you
now,
I'm gonna eat my fucking wings for a second and let him start us off with.
I'll let-
Where are we going off to next?
don't worry, you're about to be hyped because we're going to talk about when we saw the first episode, we got reminded that we have our favorite slave trader.
All right.
Yep. We're saying it right now. We have our favorite slave trader. We're black, by the way. Well, he's a mutt, but
I'm half black,
yeah,
so
I'm
you know,
black fully.
My ancestors got a little freaky with their Negroes.
Yeah, so we have a favorite slave trader, and it's in The Rising of the Shield Hero. Now, actually, the article I showed you actually complained saying it was a slavery apologist. I laughed hard when it said, because I was thinking, I'm not feeling apology for slave owners in my world
Not at all.
because they're fucked up.
They're fucked up.
And,
Yeah.
and the slave trader in that world is also fucked up.
He's also fucked up.
But-
he happens to always be there right when
Not for me.
Nafumi.
Yep.
I couldn't barely pronounce
It's
his
okay.
name. Right when Nafumi really needed help.
And
When Nafumi actually needed somebody to be there that would have his back without betraying him. Slave trader came in handy because the idea of slaves inside of this world, inside of this other world, is that there's a contract, this magical contract that's put on the slave to make it so that that individual cannot betray
or a lie.
or lie to the person that they are basically assigned to.
Exactly. And the thing is, for this, now of course I'm not an apologist for slaves. You know, technically he's a horrible person. You know, no one and technically he's a bad guy. But the thing is, they never said that he was a good guy. We clearly know he's a bad guy. It's just that first of all he introduced Raftalia. So I'm not.
This is the second main character of the whole entire series.
Which if you say you don't like Raftalia later in the series, you're just wrong
Yeah.
because
You're a fucked up human
you're
being.
you're lying to someone because
Right.
she's just a pure angel, just an angel, and it's just like. So of course I'm not thinking that so I guess slave traders aren't that bad. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm simply I just like this slave trader.
Exactly.
In particular, this is a slave trader. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, we're not going on Kanye West over here thinking about slavery was a fucking choice. No.
Thing is- Thing is, I agree with Kanye West a lot of the things around that time. Slavery, when he said that, I was like, all right, that ain't it, chief. I was like, all right, I agree with you. Everyone deserves independent thought, and that's the right thing. That's not a bad thing. And then when you said slavery, I was like, that's not it, Chief.
That ain't it, Chief. That's an opinion you get to keep to yourself, Chief.
That right there, I don't really agree with, but.
Sorry, Chief, that was not a choice.
I was like, oh, I was on your side this whole run. I was on your side for a little bit. I was like, you're right. You can like Donald Trump.
I would have loved to heard that discussion too. It's like slavery is a choice. Explain.
Elaborate.
Well, we could have fought back harder if we didn't really want to be slaves.
They had guns.
So you mean to tell me we could have fought back with our spears and sticks against guns and explosives and fire, and these motherfuckers were taking our kids hostages, and so we could have fought back harder. That's what you're telling me.
I had his back. I had his back in the beginning of it too.
So you're telling me genocide would have been better?
I felt so bad. I was defending Kanye when he first said like, oh, everyone's allowed to have independent thought, and he was like, I like Donald Trump. I was like, you know what? You can have your opinion. It's cool. I agree with you. You can do what you want. You know, whatever. And then he said slavery and that was a choice. I was like, damn it! I can't defend you. I can't.
I liked you for all of 2.5 seconds, and then you just fucked it up.
Yeah.
Damn you, Kanye.
You know.
Damn you.
You were so close to me.
You always make people like you
for a second,
and then hate you right afterwards. Like, God, what's wrong with you, man?
He's crazy. He's always been crazy.
He's always been crazy.
He's always been crazy.
Damn, there's gotta be a line that you find at some point.
I like how people are surprised about him saying the whole crazy stuff he's been saying. At the same time, I'm not surprised. You know what I mean? Like level of surpriseness, where I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then I'm like, that's Kanye. That's Kanye being Kanye.
Completely and way off topic.
Yeah.
What I'm really surprised about, and this is way off topic, is that people are still surprised at the fact that, what's his face? R. Kelly ended up raping somebody. It's like, really?
Oh, he did rape someone?
Yeah, he raped somebody.
Was it actually like they finally like said, all right, this is rape, or was it like an underage girl?
I'm pretty sure it's actually an actual rape. Actually, like he actually raped somebody. That's like the most. I think I'm pretty sure it's the latest thing that I've read, is that he's actually raped somebody. And it's like, well, R. Kelly pissed on a 14-year-old girl.
True. Like if it was an underage girl that he had sex with, then that's statutory rape. Because most likely she was consensual. Most likely.
Most likely.
And then, but at the same time, you can't consent. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where like, oh yeah, 16-year-old's like, yeah, let's do it, but she can't consent by a legal standpoint. Where then if it was like he actually like went out, grabbed a girl, and she was like no, and he did it anyway, I'd be fucking surprised. I didn't hear about like. I heard about the whole issue, but I didn't hear like the trial. They already did a trial or anything.
Yeah, I haven't.
So,
I'm not trying. Remember.
Was it underage girl?
I won't lie. I'm not entirely sure. I would love to read up more about it, but
yeah, I want to read more for it before I call him a rapist.
When people really acted so surprised, it's like, why are you acting surprised for?
I wouldn't act surprised. You know what I mean?
The man clearly already has a problem when he's peeing on 14-year-old girls. I mean, the next step was to rape some bitch. That was you peeing on a 14-year-old girl. The next step is either statutory rape or actually physically raping some bitch. So.
Statutory rape, I wouldn't be surprised about. Rape, I'm a little surprised about, but statutory.
We were surprised about Cosby just because Cosby was that pudding bobbing guy.
And he's old as shit now, so it's like.
He's old as shit. It's like when all that came out, it's like, whoa. You mean to tell me Little Bill? Little Bill is a rapist?
Yep, Little Bill's a rapist. Little Bill!
I love Little Bill. You mean to tell me I can't like Little Bill no more? You mean to tell me I can't like the Cosby Show no more? Oh, you can just pop that down, dude.
Okay.
Ooh, sausage.
Charming.
Thank you.
But anyway, yeah, so far, the slave traders are one of our favorite characters. Like, he's our favorite supporting character.
He really is, honestly. Like, the slave trader, he's actually
funny, too.
Is a clutch side character, okay? Besides the armor selling guy, basically
the black guy of anime.
The munitions?
Armory. Yeah,
armory? Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, I guess the armory salesman.
Shop, I would say.
Besides him, the slave trader's clutch as fuck. Because quite literally, Naofumi gets his entire, like, basically his, almost quite literally his entire, like, team.
Yep.
From the slave
Squad
trader.
or whatever.
Squad, however you want to put it. It's kind of nice, actually. Slave trader literally gives him all these different people. And what's beautiful about the story is that he learns to trust his own slaves, and his slaves learn that their master is not some evil god trying to use them. No, he's somebody that just got in a terrible situation and is trying to
And
fucking
he needs
survive.
help. He needs help. That's the
And
thing.
he needs help. He can't fight. He's the shield hero, meaning
He literally has no offense.
defense is literally his go-to.
Read the manga. He has literally no offense.
If you were to read the manga, the anime didn't show it as much. It just showed him fighting things, and that it took a while for him to fight things, and he only got little XP while everybody else was killing things almost instantly and probably getting a little bit more XP. But in the manga, literally, those slimes he was punching, he was doing 1 damage to. It took him an entire day
To go like 5?
to kill, I think it was 5,
Yeah.
to kill 5 of them. He didn't level up. No!
You got 1 XP.
It killed 5 fucking of those little balloon slime things and got nothing.
Yep.
Got nothing and nowhere.
So,
The only time that he ever was actually able to increase his status, become actually powerful, was thanks to Raphatilia and Firo.
which Firo will come a little later. We don't want to get too.
We don't wanna
course,
get
in
too
depth
deep.
with it because of those who are actually, we already spoiled quite a bit, but for those who choose to read the manga or to just sit there wait each week for the anime, we don't want to ruin it for you guys and such
Right.
as that. And we actually want to give you a time to actually have your own personal opinions.
Right, for you
By all
that
means.
actually are interested and want to continue on with the anime, please continue on with the anime. We're not trying to ruin it for you, but for
Yes.
those who don't give a damn, fuck you, because this anime and this manga are actually a lot deeper than you are making it, simply because your own biased opinions are blocking
Yes.
what your open mind could be trying to interpret. And that's on you, friend.
And the
And
thing
I'm gonna take a
is-
bite of my pizza to that.
And to this, it's just
And I'm hungry.
this is actually a better isekai manga or series in general than I've ever seen. Because I've seen the typical isekai series where I'm just like, okay, guy gets reincarnated in the world. Okay, he's already loved by everyone. Oh, like even his slave didn't really exactly love him immediately. The only thing
Not
she
at all.
started like him a little bit, and it's not okay. It's one of those harems. It's under that harem genre for no reason, kind of. There's okay, when you see harem, you think, okay, a bunch of bitches love this guy because he's a nice guy. No, not
No.
here. Now, I don't know why it calls it a harem. I think it only calls it a harem because I guess he has 2 female companions. I guess that's the only really reason it's there.
And the reason why I don't really like the harem aspect of this manga and anime
Like,
is because really, there's only one actual female interest at the entire manga.
yeah. And
it's-
it's not even really explored.
It's not really explored because they have such a strained relationship. But there's really only one
yeah.
female character in that the entire manga that he develops any type of real feeling for. So
Well, not that he really developed feeling because he doesn't trust any woman.
he
But
doesn't really trust anyone, but even through the
Yeah.
manga, they show that he develops a little bit of a trust for this one in particular.
and the other one that does trust him and cares about him is literally sees him as like a dad.
Like literally, it's
Yeah.
a daughter and dad relationship.
Yeah, Firo in that regard.
And then even,
And-
I mean, for those of you who are not even this far into the manga, I don't know if he is. I'm this far into the
Oh,
manga.
no, I'm all caught up.
You're all caught up?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's all caught up, so he definitely knows. But there is actually a third female companion that does join him, but she is completely interested in another hero.
Yeah. Actually, no, I told you about it when it came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the new chapters came out. Yeah.
Right, and
So-
I was like, oh, yeah, I read that.
Yeah, you asshole.
That's what I do. It's what do you think the first episode was?
I told you the first day it came out.
It's like, oh yeah, I read that.
I was like, it was the first like 30 minutes. I was like, oh yeah, hey, the new manga came out for it. Oh yeah, I read that. I'm like, fucking asshole.
What?
I'm like,
Of course I keep up to date with my manga. I wake up and it's
I already-
like,
the thing is, I already read it,
Woo!
and I read it already too. But I told you about it. after I finished reading, I was like, oh yeah, let me tell Quincy, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I already read it. I'm like, fucking asshole. Like, I'm mad at you, even though I already read it. But seriously, like, I don't understand why it's under the harem genre.
I don't know why either, honestly.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's not really. It shows that it like he hangs out with female characters occasionally.
Quite literally,
like,
it's only underneath the harem genre because there's one male character, there's one male protagonist and multiple female characters.
Yeah.
The only reason why
Mm-hmm.
that it's considered as a harem, even though it's not really a
Yeah,
harem.
it's not. It really isn't. Like, usually, like when isekai isekai typically falls under the harem genre,
Yep.
because it's usually a male character that reincarnates and then he has a bunch of bitches that follow him. But it makes no sense because, and then they usually like him for some reason, for some fucking reason. But for this series, like literally only one character actually has feelings towards him in some way. You can tell with the hints that they give.
Oh yeah.
And like it's not like it's subtle either.
No,
like,
it's like on the nose,
like, oh, okay, yeah, she likes him a lot. Like, who knows how much she likes him? I don't know if she likes him a lot in a romantic way. Probably does. Whatever. Most likely does.
most likely.
And then
Most likely.
that's it. Literally, that's the only character. Whereas other characters do show up and they admire him. They think that he's a great person.
But other than that,
they don't really show that, hey, I'm in love with you, or I really like you, and I want to have a future with you and shit.
That's probably why I like the Shield Hero too, because even though they categorize it as a harem, it doesn't really act like a harem.
Yeah.
And at the same
Which,
time,
thank God.
there's almost no actual fan service inside the actual
I actually
manga.
don't know a single fan service thing. I'm trying to think of a fan service moment, and I don't think there's
It's
actually.
very rare that they throw in a fan service moment. Even when they were trying to show. Oh, fuck. Minnie, I gotta say her.
Mine.
Mine.
I think this is mine.
Mine. I gotta say her current name because if I say her future name, that kind of gives up the rest of the story.
Yeah, we don't want to. We already grown accustomed to calling her future name.
Yeah, we got to calling her future name because we read the manga. But if we call her future name now, it's gonna really upset a lot of people. So,
especially the feminist HAW group.
don't say that word. Don't say that. Okay, it's ooh, touchy subject right now. They're currently on it just because of a rape accusation.
Yeah. So, but.
That wasn't even made that a woman made, and it went and it succeeded.
And it's not even like, yeah, it succeeded.
It succeeded. I don't know why women are mad. Like, boo! How dare she do that?
It's like,
makes us look bad.
I'm like, okay. Anyway, go with what you were saying. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I kind of forgot now. I'm about to eat my.
Oh, it was Oh no, I'm forgetting. No, is this what vodka does to me? At least with tequila, I remember shit. Vodka, I'm all forgetting shit as I go along.
I forget shit as I go along, honestly, to myself.
No, it was like mine was like, what the fuck were we talking about 2 minutes ago?
Oh! Minnie. Mine. But, yeah, we can't say her future name because, yeah.
Yeah.
There was something about mine. What about mine?
What
Something about mine.
were we talking about before that?
I'm sure my wings will tell me.
By the way, we're extremely fucked up right now. We're
on drink 3, and we're gonna have to get to drink 4 because eventually we're supposed to get to half this bottle, and half this bottle I think gets to drink 4.
I told them that on the break, or we're gonna get halfway.
So we gotta actually get to halfway through this bottle before this video ends. One way or another.
Oh man, but I forgot what we were talking about. I'm so fucked up right now. I can't remember shit.
Oh. Okay.
But we were talking about how
Minnie got away with some shit.
Yeah.
And how feminists are mad
Wow,
about
I
it.
didn't
How
think
we couldn't say her actual name.
I never realized how fucked up I've. Usually I remember shit for a long time. Even when I'm drunk, I remember shit.
So we know vodka's the forget me.
Yeah, vodka's
Alcohol.
making me forget stuff. Tequila, I was able to remember shit we were talking about. But right now, vodka's just like, oh, hey, this memory thing? Yeah? Delete. I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of needed to remember my birthday.
Right? What's gonna be next week? Gin or whiskey?
Ooh, we haven't decided yet. Wait, we're getting distracted again. All right.
Anyway, yeah.
But basically, sit there, enjoy the show, watch it, get rid of your bias. Take the time to actually look at it and look at it in a critical standpoint. Don't look at it as like your own personal agenda.
Yeah.
Because when you do, it, like I try to erase any political feeling I have in any entertainment I have. Any entertainment I have, I get rid of my political or my personal, religious, or whatever belief I have. I usually cut it off, and I don't give a shit. Like that's what I did with, like for example, if I were to look at myself like politically, I'd be a centralist.
Oh, I lost my sausage.
Oh no, it's sausage. Like I would see myself as a centralist. Like I would say I'm a right-leaning centralist. Personally, like I'm a little bit more conservative than democratic, but at the same time, I look at democratic views and be like, yeah, I agree with that, and such as that. And I'm like, oh, I don't agree with that, but I like that. You know, like that. You know, simple as that. That's how I am. But and then for example, I can already like, you know, I sit there and this is why like one of my example of a YouTuber I actually enjoy a lot. One of my favorite YouTubers, as you know, is Sugar Conroy.
Yeah.
He's my favorite YouTuber because he literally does not put anything political whatsoever in any social media ever. And I love it.
It's almost not needed, really.
And I love it.
I don't need to
it allows me to just relax.
On that bullshit.
It allows me to relax. It allows me to enjoy my life. It allows me to just sit there and just like Sugar Conroy literally allows me to shut off reality for like 10 minutes or 20 or however long his videos are, and it makes the most thing he says political ever in his content is just like whenever he complains about like the healthcare system sometimes because like he has a terrible immune system and he gets sick easily. So like I remember he like complained about the healthcare once in a while, like, and it's not like he goes on a rampant for like 10-20 minutes or the whole video. It's like a 30-second thing he throws in there and he goes on with his life, and I love it. He gets like that's where I'm just like, well, if you're gonna watch anime, do just that.
You gotta go through it with an unbiased look. Because here's the thing about anime, cartoons,
fantasy, fictional.
It's all drawn up and made up stories. Quite literally, it's all drawn up and made up stories. This guy got transported through a fucking book that he read in a library about 4 heroes and got transported to a whole nother world with 3 other people from different parallel universes of Japan to a matriarchal society that's basically in a whole other world that's back in time.
And a fantasy.
They don't have guns. They don't have electricity. No. Fire, magic, wood. That's it.
Stone. Don't forget stone.
Stone. We built this city on rock and stone.
First of all, hey, feminists, let me just take time. I'm going to go on my feminist rant real quick one more time. Why don't you guys complain about the matriarchal society? That's not equality. That's not equality at all.
Because women are in charge. Men deserve to be subservient to their female counterparts.
Like, I don't know. Like, this whole, like, when it comes to anime, let's stop getting offended over shit that doesn't affect us. It's, like, it really is one of those things.
There's no point. Literally, if you're going to get offended by a man getting fucked over quite literally in every situation possible, where the friends he just made in a whole other world turn against him, the person he thought he could trust most ended up fucking him, and an entire kingdom that's supposed to help him turns his back on him, okay? Those are that's what happened to the main character. Now, all of you said, fuck that shit because that's sexist and it's not justice.
Of course it's not justice. It's not. That's the whole point of the series. You're looking at it in a wrong standpoint. You're looking at it as like, that's not how society is. It should be like our society. Let's complain about it. When it's not like that. Think about it, it's a matriarchal society. So naturally, when women are just going to be believed, if they make an accusation like that, it's a natural fucking thing in that kind of society.
That just reminded me.
Yeah?
Even within the anime, when they were at dinner, and she offered him a glass of wine and he refused, she literally told him that within her world, within her customs, within her kingdom, no man refuses a drink from a woman. Meaning, if a woman offers you a beverage, you say fucking yes. You get it? Do you understand the power women have
And this
inside this universe? A fucking drink. Most, not even most, all men would say yes, you don't refuse. Not because it's courteous, no, because a woman offered you a beverage. A woman. Think about that.
And let me actually point out from that scene. I'm glad you actually said that because I actually forgot about it until just now. And that's an important scene.
That's a very important fucking scene.
And here's the thing.
If you're gonna tell me that's not women power, fuck it. I'm done talking to y'all. Y'all just
And the crazy thing
eat my damn pizza.
that blows my mind is that this is a world where they actually support women way more than anything. This is a matriarchal society that, like, if a woman makes a claim about rape, they take it seriously. They take it very seriously, and if they find proof that you did such a thing, they don't do like, oh, how many years do we do for rape? Like in our world and shit, like 10 years? Less than that maybe?
I think for rape, it's like 15.
15? But we know there's, of course, you know, good behavior.
I think rape is
and
like
shit
15
like that.
years and murder is 25.
Yeah, murder is definitely 25. And attempted murder is
25 to life.
Yeah, and then attempted murder is like 20. And then like rape is like 15. We give him 15. Like in that world, it's a good thing he's a hero because he would wish he committed like a rape in our time, in our world, than he would in their world where they get executed. They get killed for this kind of thing. Oh wait, you want to make it? Let me just plug you or whatever. Where the fuck is it? There you go. But this is a world where they actually get killed for raping. So I don't know how they don't see this. I would honestly think feminists would love this. They will love this. This is a world where they take such a claim seriously. And it puts the claim like that into perspective. It goes from a world where like rape accusations, and it's not shaming women. It's not shaming, women. It is shaming false accusations, women who do false accusations. But then again, false accusations happen. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. It really goes from women, like, I don't know how else I can say this, but we live in a society, it's a society, where it actually puts women in power. It actually has people who take their matters seriously because it's a matriarchal society. And for some reason, feminists don't like that because it gives the idea that false accusations happen, which if you look in the Bureau of Statistics, it does happen. Yes, it is 2 to 10% of a chance. 2 to 10%. So yeah, it's not a high percent chance that it does happen, but it still is a possibility. And this world explores that possibility. So I don't know what else I can honestly tell you about it. If you do not like this series, and if you claim to be a feminist and somehow think this is disgusting, I don't know what else to say to you because your mindset is not in the right place at all. All right, how's it going?
Good.
All right.
I almost forgot that I got a dog downstairs.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, you gotta walk that thing.
We're gonna. Well, we're pretty much almost done. That's
Yeah.
I was just like,
We got distracted about how we love slave traders.
Right? It's all good.
Yeah, we love slave traders, all of them. There's not a single bad slave trader out there.
Boo! All right.
Not a single bad slave trader. All of them are great. They all take care of black people. They give us jobs. Okay, I'm gonna stop before someone takes this out of context and seriously think I think that way. I'm gonna put it in the title too, saying we love slave traders. So I can't wait to see how that goes with YouTube.
Hey.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fucking phenomenal. But
Seriously, I don't think I've seen a slave trader have someone's back so hard in anyone's days.
yeah, not in our time.
Not in our time. I mean,
like, yeah, he's still an awful guy, but they
I
never
don't
said,
think even in slave trading days they sold a nigga.
like,
to somebody that was so appreciative of it that it's like they actually treated their slaves like they were family.
Like,
Thomas Jefferson
I don't
treated
know
his
why-
slaves like they were family. He just fucked them.
no, I don't like. Now you think about it, a lot of slaves that are slave apologists. No, you're right. The slave apologist. You look like you're like, am I right about that? Like, yeah, you're right. But slave apologist. It's not really slave apologist because they never established the slave trader as like a guy. And of course, Naofumi, yes, he's a slave owner, but it's not telling us that, oh, I guess slavery is cool. More than anything, he's treating those slaves, or not slaves, excuse me, slave, as family. Because he didn't.
Later will be slaves, but
Like-
currently slave.
Right now, currently, they're seen as just a slave because he doesn't want to be betrayed again.
He doesn't want to be betrayed again. He got fucked by literally everyone.
Literally, if you read the manga, the moment Raftalia was free and she ran over to Naofumi, he was fearing for his life not because she wasn't a slave anymore, but because after she was not a slave anymore, he saw her as a woman. And the thing is, he has trust issues against women after how he's gotten fucked over in this kingdom. Like, that accusation alone made him not trust women at all. When if you read the manga, seriously, when he's asking for a slave, he's asking for a male. He prefers he has a male. But he saw Raftalia, and I don't know what exactly drew him to her. It was a cough. Maybe he saw that she was weak and then thought, all right, I could probably train them to be much stronger.
I think because she was a kid and she was cheap.
Yeah. Well, yeah. A kid, cheap, and she was sick. So he was there was still that sympathy there for him that he had for her. You could tell he still feels sympathetic.
Mm-hmm.
He takes care of her. He feeds her, takes care of her. When she's like, I'm hungry, he's just like, all right, let's go get some food. Simple as that. She literally did not want to smile ever again for the longest time because of something that happened in her past. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to get into detail with it. I want you to read the manga and go into detail why she never smiled. But
I just remember the very first boy slave that he got.
yeah, he actually got another slave. I know we're talking about slaves, but this one, he was in a slave, but he put the slave curse on them to see if he could prove they were loyal to him. At this point, when it comes to slave, he's not saying, you shouldn't look at slavery as a thing that we see it in our society. You should see this whole slave trader business as his way to test their loyalty. That's literally all he does the whole slave trading business for.
Yeah, he doesn't use them. He's not making them do anything.
And cruel and unusual.
Cruel and
punishment.
unusual. He's not like forcing his slaves to sleep with him.
Like, he's literally having these slaves because he just can't trust anyone.
At all.
Simply as that. He doesn't even trust guys. He doesn't trust anyone. He just, whatever, he's cool with it. Even the third female companion he does have on the series, like, he only brings her in out of pity, honestly, when you think about it.
Those last two are you.
Yeah, all right, cool, I'll take that. But he takes her out of pity.
Yeah.
Because she was disbanded by someone she used to work for. And just be fired from him just because she was too weak.
Yep.
And he was just like, hey, let me make you stronger. Got it?
I got it.
All right, cool.
I know my ass was drunk.
Boxes are hard.
But I can put together a folded box. Hey, you didn't even touch your wings yet.
I didn't. I've been ranting and rambling for like a while. But that's really it for the Shield Year. Please, if you're gonna look, I recommend you look at the show again. Actually, sit back, relax, enjoy it for what it actually is, because it's actually a really good series.
Give it a chance.
Give it an actual chance, because when you go in and you're putting on your goggles to actually hate, find every problem you don't like, and then you look for issues that fit into our reality. You can't really compare our reality to theirs. Because their world is completely different. They have different laws,
different laws, different ways of
punishments,
outputs.
different everything. So when you sit there and try to compare it to ours and then bitch about their things, then what do you
look stupid.
Yeah, you actually don't that's like me complaining about another law in one world when, one, it doesn't affect me because it's fictional, and two, I look stupid because I'm sitting there bitching about something that's not real.
Right.
I made the same points exactly, but I made it look like two. But I don't give a damn, I'm drunk. the same points, but you know, I made them look like they were 2 different points.
I was with you there. I don't care. I'm drunk too.
Yep. So, give the series another chance. And I honestly recommend you read the manga, because then you can actually kind of get an understanding to this world. And you're not, you know, you kind of get the gist of it. Of course, once again, I know this series is not going to be meant for everyone. There's going to be some people who look at it and think like, it's just not my thing. I don't think it's that good. By all means, understandable. He likes Sekirei. I don't. So he likes Johnny Bravo. I don't. So, like, it's natural to have your opinion when you watch it and you're just like, I don't like it.
You don't like Johnny Bravo?
Not really.
Why?
I'm lying. I kind of do like Johnny Bravo. Just a little
I said
bit.
Johnny Bravo's kind of fun. Do the mic with me. Come on.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying to make a point.
Hey there, baby.
I'm drunk. Actually, no, I got the different.
Yeah, whatever.
Actually, wait a minute. No, I got it mixed up. I like Johnny Bravo. What's the other Bravo? The anime one? I'm just drunk and I got it mixed
Girls
up.
Bravo.
Girls Bravo. So I'm drunk. I got Girls Bravo and Johnny Bravo mixed up.
I was like, Johnny Bravo? How do you not like Johnny Bravo?
I'm sorry.
If you're a 90s baby, you like Johnny Bravo.
That's funny. I was probably gonna say I don't like Johnny Bravo, but I do like Girls Bravo because the way his hair is. Did my woman, and then you're like, wait, what the fuck? That's a totally different show.
That is Johnny's Bravo. Girls Bravo is the girl with the pig hair and the pigtails with the banana.
I'm drunk. I got Johnny Bravo. You can tell I'm drunk because I got Johnny Bravo.
If you haven't seen Girls Bravo,
don't.
You don't need
I'm
to
just
watch
kidding.
the whole anime.
I'm just kidding.
Just see like season 1, episode 3.
You're just gonna go.
Or episode 2. It's 2 or 3. It's one of those ones that got a banana.
It doesn't really matter. Just type in YouTube banana scene and you'll find it. Oh fuck, we're drunk. Or I don't even know I'm drunk for sure, but I fucked up Girls Bravo and Johnny's Bravo. Oh fuck. How did I get those two mixed up? The Bravo threw me off. I don't even think about Johnny's Bravo. I don't know why. Oh fuck.
Oh, I left it alone. When you was like Johnny Bravo. Huh?
That's not right.
How did Johnny Bravo get into this mixture?
Yeah, that's
What?
That's not even anime.
I'm talking about anime, not cartoons. Oh well.
Same difference.
Apparently, a lot of shows are considered anime. Cory in the House is considered anime.
Hey, Cory in the House is the greatest anime of all time. You shut your mouth.
It's live action.
It's live action anime.
There's nothing that goes on in Cory in the House that has anything to do with
Hey,
animation.
that's not true. Look at season 3. It's pretty fucking dope. Okay, I think we're done here. Wait, actually, no, we're not done here because we still have our drinks, and we still need to get a 4th cup and whatever. As I say, we were.
Ugh. Ugh. I guess to finish up this segment, along with our 4th drink, we're going to talk about some mangas and animes that we would recommend the community to watch so that y'all can become a little less sensitive and understand what manga and anime is really about.
Wait, less sensitive? Because I think we should make sure we do baby steps at least, because we don't want to drive them home with the fucking chicken and then.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're going to recommend things that will help them understand what manga and anime are really about. You know, Nuka Duke.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Nuka Duke is a very wonderful fucking manga. It is cute as hell. It is this manga about these cat-human hybrids that are pets. And I know it sounds weird at first, but
it sounds like Nekopara, but it's not.
They're literally like this tall.
They're cute.
They're like 4 feet, like 4 inches tall.
They're cute as fuck.
They're cute as hell. Then all you're doing is watching these 2 Nukes and their owner go throughout their lives, and their owner acts like a cat himself, along with his Nuka Dukes, who are like these human cat hybrids, just big cats, basically. But they can talk and interact with each other. It's a really cute It's really cute fucking manga.
If you want something to
I would
relax a bit, I
recommend it.
recommend it too. Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny too. They have some moments where it's like, these idiots.
So of course, you know, we're gonna try to recommend. Actually, here's what we do. We should recommend one series for noobs, and one series for.
Oh shit! I can't see what I'm doing.
And then one series for veterans. You know what I mean? I think that's a good idea.
All right, that's a good.
Yeah. So okay, you recommend that for noobs?
Yeah.
All right. One series I can recommend for noobs on my part to kind of get you into like anime and how it works.
Yeah, if you're trying to get into a Nuka days.
You know, we recommend as a manga or anime.
Manga.
Manga. Okay, I'm gonna be the anime guy because I know a lot about anime.
Yeah.
So if I can recommend a series for anime, if you don't know about it, Angel's Beat.
Oh yes.
I highly recommend you check out Angel's Beat. It ticks off the checkmark boxes for what anime is really all about. If you haven't seen it and you consider yourself an anime fan, fake news. You're not. I highly recommend it. It's even recommended for even
Action,
you know?
thriller, comedy, drama, harem, romance.
And now, okay, we know we said harem and we don't like harem.
Reincarnation. Honestly, Angel Beats is one of the first fucking animes that actually
Is
started
it?
off with
Is it?
also with reincarnation.
No. I think it's the one that kind of did a step to reincarnation. It's like
Yeah.
limbo.
It was like the
more
limbo.
than anything. Because technically, I'm gonna say whatever I can without spoilers. But basically, you go into it. At least in the first episode, so I can say it. Okay. So basically, you die, and they're literally a bunch of. It's like teenagers who died, and now they're in a, I guess, world.
They're basically like some
they're
like
just
spiritual
like-
limbo world.
Yeah, where they haven't reincarnated because this is where they believe in reincarnation, and they don't know exactly what happens after you accepted peace.
Yeah.
So, I still feel sad whenever I see that TK scene. TK is one of my favorite characters. He's just dancing before he reincarnates, and I'm just like, God damn, I love TK.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die. No, he's dead. I don't want him to reincarnate. And when you learn his backstory, it's so fucking sad. Like, now you don't learn the backstories to every character,
Not every
unfortunately,
character.
in the series. You have to actually look it up, read the manga, or you have to actually go look up on their wiki. You learn the backstory of every character, and TK has the saddest one to me.
He really does.
Because
honestly.
he's one of those characters that's goofy. He dances all the time.
He's
getting his
the
groove
one that
on.
has all the most fun, but really it's like you
I
gotta
don't-
watch the anime to hear his story because his story was honestly just.
It broke my heart.
It's
I don't
one
want
of
to. I don't want to talk about it because like I don't want to ruin it for. You don't learn about it in the anime.
You ever seen Clannad and Clannad After Story? That's TK's story.
It's pretty fucking sad. Like
It's pretty fucking sad. It's like everything that you think he should have got, he didn't. Well, he wasn't able to get because just fucking circumstances.
just bad circumstances. He fell in love with the wrong person, but at the same time, it's not the wrong person.
It's not the wrong person.
It's just wrong time.
It was just
Yeah.
wrong time.
Right
So-
place or no right person.
Seriously,
wrong time.
have you seen Clannad or Clannad After Story? TK's story is a lot like that, just not without a kid.
Yeah.
No
So-
kid was involved.
Involves gangsters, but you know, I don't want to get too into it because I
That's
want
what
you
I'm
to watch.
saying. It's pretty much like Clannad, because you
Yeah.
think about it, even Clannad's main protagonist got involved in a lot of fights.
Yeah, he did.
He got involved in a lot of fights. DK got involved with a lot of fights as well, but
if there's any anime I could recommend, I highly recommend Angel's Beats.
Angel Beats, any manga you want to start off with that's just fun, it's cute, there's nothing going on in it, it's just comedy. There's not even really action in this. It's not like people are fighting. It's just a fun little manga to read.
All right.
Nuka Duke.
And now, veteran stuff. What do you recommend for manga for veterans who are used to anime, know their shit, and they're looking for a fucking good series? Yeah, this is where it gets hard because, you know, there's a lot of, like, you know, the thing about veteran people when it comes to manga or anime is we are particularly picky people.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like.
I know for a fact. I remember I spent a whole day just looking through anime I wanted to watch, and I didn't pick a damn thing that single day. And then, like, the next day I finally picked something, and I was like, all right, I'll just watch this.
Well, if you're gonna read a pretty good manga, it's not too far in right now. It's still kind of updating, but it's got a pretty good little story to it.
How many chapters?
And it's very its artwork is actually is decent.
Okay. How many chapters are in it?
It's got 28 chapters so
Okay.
far. So it's not, like I said, it's pretty short right now, but it's still updating. It's called Dungeon Seeker.
Oh, Dungeon Seeker.
Dungeon Seeker is another manga. It's kind of like Shield Hero, where a character gets transported to another world within his entire class this time. His entire high school class gets transported with him.
Oh, so it's not just him; it's everyone. It's like in his that he knows already.
I think
is brought
actually,
there.
It may not be It may not be his entire high school class. I think it's just like people within his classroom.
Mm-hmm.
It's like just a few people.
Okay.
So,
but still people he knows.
It's people he knows, and he's given pretty much like a very shitty ability that most people would see as completely useless.
Okay.
And he gets betrayed by everyone in his class because they want to survive themselves.
Reasonable,
but he
not
learns
sometimes.
how to survive within the world that he's in because they threw him into a dungeon that was supposed to be considered completely dangerous, even for the highest level adventurers. But he managed to find a way and make things work for him to make it so that he could grow using the ability that he has, and make it so that he could take out his revenge on those who betrayed him.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's edgy.
like I said, it's
I'm gonna get my revenge.
so if you're really into action, you're really into like action, special powers, all that good stuff. Dungeon Seeker is a good one to see. Is a good one to read. Maybe another one.
Okay, I guess while you're thinking about it, I can actually recommend something
Go for it.
anime. Because of course, when it comes to anime, it's really hard for people to make decisions. Because I think the difference between like anime and manga when it comes to like deciding something is you can start reading a manga, and if you want to stop reading it, it literally take like 5 minutes of your time. Where anime, a lot of people will sit there and think, all right, do I want to waste 30 minutes or like maybe 24 minutes of my time watching this series and whatnot? That's where the line comes to the difference between those two. Now, if there's a series I can recommend for veterans who, if you haven't watched this show, I'll honestly be surprised. Elfen Lied. That series is a mind fuck. Straight up. Like, you guys probably thought I was gonna say a romance or something. Nah, it ain't no standard romance.
Okay. Elfen Lied?
Yeah.
Bro, I've both read and watched.
I've done the same thing.
Elfen Lied, and I gotta say, it goes a little bit beyond veteran.
Oh yeah.
A little bit.
Like,
a little bit.
You have to see. I was thinking about saying Neon Genesis, but I wanted to stop there because it's still a very hardcore show.
It is a hardcore show,
but I want to.
But even that one's a little bit more for veterans than fucking Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied gets so deep in the story.
Oh yeah.
That it's like if you literally are not paying attention,
you're
gonna get fucking you're lost.
You're gonna literally need to pull out Google Maps, and it's gonna be like, sorry, there's no signal. Because like, you're gonna
Google Translate. Sorry, I don't know that language.
So yeah, Elfen Lied, I highly recommend if you haven't seen it or even heard. If you haven't heard of it, I'm surprised. If you haven't heard of it, I'm genuinely surprised you haven't, because it's a series that's been around for a long time. And in the first episode, this bitch, the main protagonist, tears shit up. The first 5 minutes, I think, right?
Bro, literally. Yeah, no. Yeah, like the first 5 minutes, she's literally just wiping out everything inside of a compound, like a full military base.
This is something where I recommend you read the manga and watch the anime. The reason why is because the anime, I recommend, reading the manga as well, because the anime doesn't explore everything. Neon Genesis has the same problem, where it doesn't explain everything unless you read the source material. And if you haven't read the source material, you're not going to understand everything, unfortunately. But at the same time, because you're a veteran, most likely, if you're like me, if you watch an anime and you like it a lot, you'll read the manga.
Oh, that's the other manga.
So I do this a lot, actually. This is what I do a lot. I watch an anime, typically, and then I read the manga.
Oh.
And I read the manga from the beginning, just in case to see if there was any differences and whatever, because I like seeing the differences. That's what I did with Negima. I watched the anime back when I was I remember when I first found it, actually. I remember I saw it was a AMV that someone uploaded on YouTube. Oh, it's kind of cool. And then I saw like this kid fucking running from girls who like in an old like whatever, and then it was Nagima. I was like, what the fuck is that show? Because this is when I was okay with harem still.
Oh yeah.
And then I was just like, I was in Baltimore when I first saw it. I was still in Baltimore. I haven't even came to fucking California yet. So, it was before I definitely met you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, what the fuck is this? And I looked at the description, and it was like, oh, for these timestamps, and it had Nagima. I was like, huh, fuck it, I'll watch it. And I watched the whole series on YouTube before they had its dedicated anime sites and all that.
Right.
And I was just like, wow, this is a really cool show, whatever. He does magic and shit and whatever. And then I'm like, I didn't read the manga for years later because I forgot about the show until I saw like, I think I accidentally clicked on, this time I accidentally clicked on AMV, but it was a song I actually like. And I was like, fuck it, I'll listen to it. I like the song. And whatever. Let's see the AMV. I appreciate AMVs because it takes a lot of creativity and whatever.
Like the
and syncing and whatever.
Like the Uptown.
Oh yeah, Uptown Funk.
Uptown Funk AMV is funny as
Yeah,
fuck.
I saw
The police and the firemen are really the funniest
Yeah,
part of the whole entire AMV.
I'm like, yeah, get it.
Get it.
So I accidentally clicked on it when I wanted to watch something else, and I was just like, and it showed Nagima again. I was like, oh, I forgot about that series. I was like, no, I'm gonna rewatch it. So I rewatched the anime again, and I was just like, man, there's some huge plot points I have questions about. And then I was like, no, I wonder if the manga has more, because typically the manga has more than the anime has to offer.
Just a little bit, yeah.
And then I sat there and I read the manga, and yeah, the anime definitely skipped a lot of fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
They changed a lot of shit too. So I was just like, holy fuck, I wish I actually read the manga a while ago. And the thing is, I read the manga still had more like to update and whatever. It actually sucked when I kind of got into it because like it was still doing more, but at the same time I caught up to it really fast. And then since I did that, I had nothing to do when I did catch up. That's what I hate about reading manga and watching anime, especially reading manga. I think the main reason I hate about reading manga is like I love manga, by the way. No, definitely, I love it. But I get mad when I catch up because then I have to wait for a certain amount of time.
You gotta wait like forever for manga to fucking update.
And I'm an impatient person. You know this. So I sit there and I'm like, why is it not out yet? It should have been out yesterday. And then you're like, dude, the newest chapter came out yesterday. I'm like, I know. Like I get mad.
It's like, I know, it should have been out yesterday. I could have been reading 2 chapters yesterday.
And then saying, even if they give me 3, I'm still like, it should have been 4.
Should have been 4. Okay, here's 4. Should have been 5.
So he knows I'm impatient.
It should have been you should have dropped a whole season.
This should have been already done.
This should not be ongoing anymore.
This should already be completed, damn it. So, of course, I was simply just, that's why I'm impatient about it. But, when I read the manga, when I read the manga.
Wiggle wobble, all the liquids wobbling.
So that being said, Elfen Lied is one of I like how me ranting about Nagima. Elfen Lied is one of those. You have to read the manga and watch the anime.
You do.
Because if you don't, then
kind of miss a lot in the anime. The anime kind of doesn't show nearly as much that goes on in the manga.
Yep.
But I will tell you this much: the anime definitely is just as gory as the fucking manga.
Oh yeah.
They don't leave out any of the gore in the anime. They leave out a lot of the story though. So you don't get a lot of the character development that happens inside the manga.
Yep.
That won't happen in the anime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say spoiler. I was about to say spoiler by accident, but I stopped myself because I may be
no
drunk.
spoiler for that.
I may be drunk. No, because there's something I was gonna say, but I stopped myself.
Okay.
But I stopped myself because I'm a good human.
You're a good human being.
I'm a good human sometimes. But yes, definitely, highly recommend Elfen Lied. You have to read the manga. You have to, or you're not gonna understand the anime entirely. And did you remember that show?
Yeah, there's
manga. Excuse me.
There's another manga I recommend
for veterans, right?
That I recommend reading if you really like action. It's a manga called Arachnid. Arachnid is a manga about this secret society of assassins that have been basically around for years. It's almost kind of like Assassin's Creed in a way, but instead of being trained in a basic way of killing or in a art of killing, It's more of you develop your own way of killing through whatever fits you best. And the best way that these assassins do this is through characteristics of bugs.
Okay, that sounds actually really cool.
It's very interesting.
I think you actually
The
told me about
main
this.
character, she's like this loner high school girl, gets bullied all the time. Her mother is depressed and gets beat up by her uncle and all that crap. It's just, she basically has a very shitty life.
Yeah.
Only to
Anime
meet,
protagonist.
only to meet an assassin that they called Spider, because the way he killed people was by using these threads and would basically hang them using these threads. They call him the Spider because it's almost like he caught people in a spider web to kill them.
I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah.
I like him.
So one day he was hired to actually kill this girl's uncle because her uncle was, I don't know, I guess she's a shitty person.
Anime, you know how it
Somebody
is.
wanted him dead. And so she saw him kill him. But instead of killing her, he took her under his wing and started to train her in the way that he was killing, using thread.
And she accepted it because anime.
And so he started to train. Oh, well, she never like accepted it. I mean, she kind of accepted it just because so far it was better. That was a better life to have someone actually interested to teach her something rather than people that didn't either care about her or were beating her on her. So
True statement.
it was better to have to actually see someone interested in to teach her something.
You
and
actually
help
care
her
about me
grow.
a little bit? Okay.
So that kind of, helped build a relationship a little bit. But in the end, she ended up having to kill her master.
Yep,
After
you know how
she
it be.
mastered the way of using the thread like a spider.
Mhm.
And so throughout this manga, she ends up having to deal with fighting other people who basically use their tactics like bugs.
Mhm.
Simply because she not only when she killed her master that she basically she murdered somebody, but she also unknowingly joined the secret association of what would be called the bug assassins. And this association requires you to basically become a ghost. You have no name. Your name is whatever art you kill in. So if for her she would have just been called Arachnid. I can't remember her actual name now because they barely use it.
Damn.
They barely use it in the manga.
Don't worry. They barely use it in her real life anyway. She'll be fine.
Yeah. So it's like she basically had to drop her name, stop every communication, and live the life of an assassin. But she didn't want to do this. She wanted to be a normal high school girl. And so
Bullshit.
what ended up happening was that there was now an that the main leader of the assassins, I guess you could call it a guild, started what was called the Arachnid Hunt, which is every other bug is trying to hunt and kill the spider because the spider's not playing ball. And so it's just about her trying to survive through all that, and it's actually really interesting because you kind of learn a little bit about individual bugs themselves.
What, bugs or the bug characters?
No, bugs.
Oh, okay.
No.
I had to be sure.
No, bugs. Like, you actually learn some very fascinating facts about actual bugs. That's like, holy shit.
I didn't know beetles did that.
Yeah. It's like that. It's like, oh. So if you were to amplify that into human form, oh.
That's even worse.
Fascinating. Did you know cockroaches are one of the fastest bugs on the planet?
I know they were one of the fastest. Which one's the second fastest? Because I knew cockroaches were first fastest. Are they the first fastest?
Yeah.
I knew they were fast as fuck.
Yeah, cockroaches are like the fastest fucking bugs on the planet.
I can look at them and tell, yeah, this is the fastest fucking thing out there.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at them, but it's like, they were telling you stuff like that. It's like, holy shit.
Well, I'll be damned.
And there's one girl that uses like some weird like trident weapon, and her battle, I guess you could say her battle technique, battle style is of the rhinoceros beetle.
Oh.
So she could quite literally lift
100.
20 times her fucking weight, or
Damn.
100 times her fucking weight. However much a rhinoceros.
Wait, the Hercules beetle or the rhino beetle?
Rhinoceros beetle.
Okay. Because I know, like, the Hercules beetle is fucking stronger.
Hercules beetle's strong as fuck.
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, she's based on the rhinoceros beetle. So she
Okay.
can lift a lot.
Yeah.
Like, some rubble fell on her. She was fine as fuck.
She's like, oh shit, who threw that pebble at me?
Yeah. Yeah, she was versing Goku Booty, which is basically cockroach. Because like I said, a lot of assassins a lot of assassins gave up their names and took on their bug names. So literally, whatever their name is what they are. So Goku Booty is, that's Roach. So there's literally a character inside the anime, or not the anime, but the manga called Roach. There's another one called Scorpion, which is very interesting because she has like this metallic scorpion tail that
I was thinking, what the fuck was she
that's
doing?
literally cybernetically attached to her spine. So whatever brain signals gets sent to the tail, it's literally like another ligament.
Another limb.
Yeah, it's like another limb. So this tail reacts even faster than her normal limbs do.
Damn, that's cool.
So if an attack comes to her, then the tail reacts faster than
Tell me the name after this podcast, because I'm definitely going to put that in my favorites so I can read it. Because I'm going to forget. So I'm going to need you to tell me later.
I know. It'd be kind of hard to forget just because it's quite literally just the scientific definition for spider.
Yeah.
It's arachnid.
But I'm retarded.
You're not retarded. You're just drunk. And we're getting drunker because this is our fourth drink.
What's the difference? All right. But anyway, definitely want to say thank you guys for appearing here. Thank you. We highly appreciate it. Actually, I'm thinking about putting like the last shot into the Monday video, which we can actually take the time to discuss for Whisper, which, I think would be kind of fun.
Oh, yes.
Because I think that'd be kind of fun. So we can even slow down a bit even with these and just carry on to the next video, which will be uploaded on Monday.
Right.
So, of course, you'll be seeing us finish this off. We'll still be drunk because it'll be Monday's video.
Right, it's Monday's video.
And whatever. So just like that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk. And join us next week on more Nomikai podcast.
Nomikai podcast.
And hopefully we can get another guest here. Because we actually been discussing.
And another guest or a bartender because it gets really difficult to mix drinks.
I saw you struggle
when you're drunk. It's like,
yeah.
Is this shit level?
I have a friend right now. I told you I have a friend who does drink a lot. So, but she doesn't drink a lot. Excuse me. She told me she doesn't drink a lot.
I almost crushed my wings.
She told me she doesn't drink a lot. She just knows a lot of people that drink, so she knows drinks. So I'm gonna believe her for now. But
I hope she can make the drinks that are extra tasty.
So I'm gonna see if I can try to convince her to join this podcast. And man, we blew off our deal. We said we were gonna try to make this only an hour podcast, but we know it's a long ass fucking podcast. No, because like this one itself is an hour and something.
An hour and 27 minutes.
And and remember, this is just the second half.
We'll just edit it.
What I'll do is if I don't have a video done, I'll move
part
it.
1 and a part 2.
Yeah, I'll probably part 1 this.
There might be this ending might be part of part 2. So if it's part of part 2, part 2, goodbye.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put part 2 on Monday. I'll put it along with this video we're about to make right now.
I'm really loving this light just because it
works really good.
It works really well. The fact that we can still see each other. So I can see your teeth, nigga. Look at that shit. Look at that smile.
All right.
You can see that shit.
All right, we're still fucking drunk. All right, and I'll see you guys next time.
Peace. Peace.